Hello, everybody. This is Anne-Marie Price with Realty Executives in the Villages, bringing you yet another edition of the Villages Uncovered. Today, I'm going to take a little bit of a detour from the normal presentation of featured listings and the market report to bring you some information that I think is super important as you're making a buying decision here in the Villages. And that really comes down to maintenance fees, CDD, the bond, and your amenity fees. And I'm going to break all of those down for you in a very easy manner so that you're educated, not only with the market report and information you need to know to make a buying decision, but also the fees and costs that it will be to live here above and beyond that purchase. So I look forward to sharing that information with you. Here we go. Today, we're breaking down the major monthly and annual fees every homeowner should know about: CDD and bond assessments, amenity fees, sewer, trash, and fire fees. 1. Amenity fee. This is a monthly fee, typically around $199 as of April 2025, though it may be adjusted annually or every 3 years based on Consumer Price Index or CPI. It covers access to golf courses, the executives, recreation centers, pools, tennis, pickleball, clubs, and more. 2. CDD, or Community Development District. Bond and maintenance CDD fees are unique to Florida and are broken into 2 parts: bond assessment and maintenance assessment. Bond assessment, explained in simple terms, when you buy a new or newer home in the Villages, you're often taking a portion of the cost it took to build the infrastructure that supports your neighborhood. This includes roads, storm drains, street lights, water sewer lines, and other public improvements. Instead of paying that all up front, the Villages finances it through what's called a bond. Think of it like a mini mortgage for the neighborhood's infrastructure, and your share is added to the annual property tax bill. Typically, it's spread over 20 to 30 years. You can choose to pay it off early. Some homeowners who kind of are buying a resale will do so. Once it's paid off, that portion disappears from your tax bill. Listings will often be marked bond paid or no bond if the previous owner paid it off. Florida uses Community Development Districts, or CDDs, to finance and manage new developments. This keeps county or state budgets out of it, but the costs get passed directly to the homeowners. Maintenance assessment, think of this as the community's annual maintenance subscription. It covers the ongoing costs to keep shared spaces functioning well, like the recreation centers, public landscaping, street lighting, pond upkeep, signage, road repairs, or sewer and system maintenance. Set each year by the CDD's Board of Supervisors, it is based on an approved budget. Costs vary among homeowners depending on how much benefit their property receives. Larger homes or those with more infrastructure may pay more. This fee never goes away. It continues for as long as you own the home. Why it exists? Florida CDDs are a smart way to fund and manage development and maintenance without pulling from local and state budgets. But it means that homeowners are responsible for a fair share based on usage and property characteristics. Examples: District 12, it's around $350 a year. In Marion County, it's up to $800 a year. And premium homes can pay over $1,000 a year. Okay, now we're on to 3, trash and sewer and water fees. So collection usually is around $28 to $32 per month, depending on your exact location. Sewer and water averages from $40 to $100 per month combined, depending on your usage. Some residents report monthly utility bills of $98 to $145 for water and trash combined. 4, fire assessment. This is a relatively new addition in some neighborhoods, and it's about $13 per month. Not every home has this fee, but it is becoming more and more common in newer and in restructured districts. If you have further questions pertaining to the fees here in the Villages, Florida, make sure you ask your questions below. I may not have all of the answers, but will do my best to get your question answered. Thanks for taking the time to hear a little bit about the fees, the amenities, the bond, and all of that there is to the Villages, because being educated, understanding what this is all about, makes this community that much more vibrant, that much more exciting, and that much better to be a part of an amazing community that, we call it the bubble, but it isn't a neat bubble because it's all something that we are a part of. And understanding that makes it that much more special. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I was able to answer some questions. Onward to the market report. Buddy, thank you so much for tuning into the previous section of what would normally be my market report and featured listings. But I do think it's really important to understand the entire picture before making a buying decision. So it's super important to understand, the fees, the taxes, and everything that comes with the purchase of a new home. So I am going to, of course, report the 7-day market report to you for August 18th, 2025. We are still working in that balanced market space, so nothing real exciting here to say. So I'll just share the information and kind of make some commentary along the way. All right. So this week, in terms of the number of homes for sale, we're at 601. So I know, several weeks back, we were high in the 900s, and we're now in the 600 level. So there's a great, lovely amount of options and choice, but certainly less than there was previously. New listings this week are 46, and that's exactly the same as new listings that occurred last week. So no movement, but continuing to get new listings. We had some price increases. That's not normal right now. We had 2. Price decreases, we had 64. That's about average as to what we've been seeing the last several months. Still having some folks put their home on the market with the hope of getting the best bang for their buck, but realizing that, they just have to come down a little bit to get to current market pricing, right? So we are seeing some price decreases of 64. Average days on market is at 77, which is actually a really fair, portion of time. You're, literally less than 3 months. So that's really, really fantastic. The homes that are priced well are selling really fast. So, it's going to be one of those things. Are you going to try and kind of, if you're selling or listing your home, how are you going to target that market, right? So that's an important piece of information to know. Original listing price average has gone up this 7-day cycle to $328,990, and the average sold price has also gone up to $300,000. So we were floating in the high 2s. We're now in the 300 range. Back on the market, we have 4 homes back on the market. We also have I love this number, and I loved this number last week, but the number of homes sold is 41. The number of new listings is 46. So as new listings are coming on, they're selling, okay? If you have a house that's aged, look at your pricing, because homes are moving here in the Villages, Florida. We have 59 pending homes on the market, another great trend. It says, again, that continued pace of the listings are coming on, the houses are being sold. And the average price per square foot went down a little bit this week to $242 per square foot. So some great information for you, whether you're buying a new home or selling a new home here in the Villages. My name is Anne Marie Price. I'm with Realty Executives in the Villages. My goal is to make real estate personal, but also take along, that approach of Semper Paratus, which of course, brings in my Coast Guard roots, which I always bring up, but to be prepared, to be always prepared. And with this information, you can make real estate personal and you can make it prepared and enjoy an amazing opportunity to live here in the Villages, Florida. Please don't forget to like and to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share to friends and family. The more of us that learn, the more of us that get to enjoy this great place that I get to enjoy every day. Have a great week.